Hi, everybody. So I'm glad to get to talk with you a little bit today. I know that I'm usually behind the camera, behind the scenes, but I would love to have a discussion with you today, especially if you are elementary music teachers or teach the elementary age. But I think a lot of this will apply to all ages too, and just a way to look at how we're going to adapt our teaching as we continue on in this virtual world, which is definitely going to be with us for a while. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So we're just going to have kind of a look at all of that, a discussion with you. I know that this is a pre-recorded video, but as you know now, since it's day 3, we have WebEx, and it is an awesome chat tool. And I'm sure a lot of you have been utilizing it. And so I want you to kind of start a discussion about this topic, and we'll just continue after the video. So I'll talk more about that later. So we're going to look at transforming our regular elementary activities into learning activities online. And I didn't say games online because I don't think we have to be stuck in that. You know, just because it's a game in the classroom doesn't mean it's a game online. Maybe it just turns into a different sort of activity. But if you have something you really love to do in your curriculum on a regular yearly basis, who says that has to stop? If you're starting the year online and you've always started the year in a certain way, okay, well, that's great if you want to keep that, if it's really important to you. But how can you make it really effective and valuable online and be open to the change that that might involve? So I have a poster. I made you a poster instead of notes. I like to be different. So your notes are a poster, and I would really love if you would just kind of refer to it every once in a while this year, because I feel really strongly about some of the things I put on this poster, and it would just kind of warm my heart if you would look at it and remember some of the stuff we're about to talk about when you're feeling a little frustrated, or maybe when you're feeling like super excited about something you've just done, which would be even better. Reflecting on this time at the symposium and remembering, oh my gosh, we can do this. We're all going to do this, and everything's going to be wonderful, because who says that the old way of living this life was the best way, right? We're moving forward. So I'll show you the poster here as the movie goes on. I'll stick it in there. But if we look at it, we have a new reality. I think we've all figured that out by now. And it's going to take a while for us to figure it out, right? That's okay, because anytime you are going on a new adventure, exploring new things, it's a journey, right? So it's okay that we don't have all the answers right now. And that's where new ideas spring out of, that uncertainty and that necessity to be constantly thinking and feeling our way through things, and then awesome new things grow, right? So all of us will be involved in online teaching in one way or another from now on. I think that we could all take a step back and think, okay, when something this big enters society and enters our lives, if it goes okay, it's not going to go away, right? So maybe you're not the elementary teacher and you're not in a school right now, and you're saying, well, I don't have to do virtual learning right now. We're going to take a little break from what we're doing, and then we'll start back up when everybody comes back in person. Maybe. Or it could take a little longer than you're expecting, and maybe you are going to do some virtual learning. Or maybe you're set on not doing that, but guess what? You want to talk to your family far away from you. You're going to be teaching somebody something online. You're going to be teaching your great aunt how to Zoom with you in order to see you, something like that. So we all need to have an open mind right now. It's not going away. I have to teach my mom how to open Google Classroom when I was like, hey mom, I finished our virtual camp, I finished our symposium, do you want to see what I did, right? Because I'm proud of my work. So I had to be like, okay, here's all of this stuff. And I had to teach her. And I had to teach you all how to do WebEx. You're going to have to teach people stuff online. Even if you're stamping your foot about virtual learning right now, we can have an open mind and move forward with some positivity. It's not going away. So next, I want you to look upon change as opportunity. Oh my gosh, change is an opportunity. And we're fortunate to have the chance to redo some things in life, right? I think a lot of us realized that during quarantine in our lives at home. There were obviously bad parts of quarantine, right? But there were good parts too. It was stressful working at home, but there were nice things too. So, change brought opportunity to make some improvements in your life. Well, that's true in your teaching too. Just because you're doing some virtual learning or socially distanced learning in your classroom, which I think we should lump in here because that's certainly not our normal way of doing things either, right? We might be back in person, but it might look very different. Just because it's different doesn't mean we can't grow through that in a very good way and be very pleased with it in the end. So you can throw things out, things that were bogging you down, and be innovative. This is your chance for innovation. We all need that inspiration and that drive to be our best. And I think we've all been stuck in a rut before in our careers, in our day-to-day operations, right? And I think some of us think that's the way it's supposed to be or inevitable. Well, it's not. And I'm happy to be able to tell you that. There are many times I can look back on, months at a time, years at a time, weeks at a time, where it got old or you might start feeling, I'm not very good at this, frustrated, bored, all of those things. That might not that might be the feeling you think it is, but it might just be that you're stuck and you're not using your true gifts and talents and the drive that makes you want to be a better person is in there. And if you just find one little thing that makes you spark, that problem of being stuck in a rut, bored, will go away. I'm fortunate enough to be able to say that through my work at the ICC and with Josh, I've gone through phases of that, and I've come out knowing a lot more about myself and my teaching, and knowing what my inspiration is, knowing what my purpose is, knowing what drives me. And anytime, I'm not saying I don't still feel that sometimes, I think we all do, but I notice it early on, and I stop and I recenter myself and remind myself of what it is that I'm doing here, what makes me want to stay here and to keep going and to keep pushing and to keep working hard at making this thing go. And I would really encourage you to stop and think about that. So if you're feeling those feelings, which I bet a lot of us have felt quite a bit during quarantine and online learning and all of this stuff, stop and really think, okay, what is it that I really enjoy? What are the moments that I'm really here for? And why aren't I aiming everything I do towards those moments? Because those are why I'm here and they make me want to keep going. And so that should be my drive. This other thing that's bogging me down, I'm not very good at it. Why am I trying? Do I have to have that? Do I have to use that teaching tool? So we're going to talk about that in a minute, but really center in on what it is about your job that drives you. So for instance, I obviously love the product that ICC puts out, but I'm not always a part of that in the moment on the stage sense of the word. A lot of my teaching is preschool, it's special needs, it's the younger kids. And yeah, they're out doing things and performing and stuff like that, but that's not the shining star, right? That's not those big, beautiful, magical moments that everybody talks about. I mean, they are magical and they're wonderful and I love them, but that's not the big moment. But I still feel a part of those big moments and I want to be a part of it and I want what I do to eventually result in that because of how those moments make me feel when I'm witnessing them. And so I eventually found that, yeah, I can be a part of that. Yeah, I can drive everything I do towards that. Even the preschoolers who might not end up on that stage someday, but I am starting them in a way that they would be successful and they could be doing that someday if that's where their path led them. From day one, when I see someone, I'm setting them on that path to end there with Josh on the stage doing that beautiful thing that drives me. So find your inspiration. So here we are, we're getting towards the end of the poster. There's two things that kind of go together. Appreciate the gifts of others. Allow them to help you with their gifts. Know what you are great at, know what they are great at, and be okay with the fact that you don't have to both do everything, right? Your neighbor can help you, you can help your neighbor. That's fine. You can watch a video of another teacher doing their online learning and not have to be threatened by them or jealous of them or going, oh, I'm not that. I don't do that. What's wrong with me? No, you need to be you because some other teacher somewhere else is going, whoa, I could never do that. How did she do that? And we can share those talents with others. If we're lucky enough to have colleagues to work with, let that colleague be great at that. You be great at you. Combine forces, inspire each other. Just embrace who you are. So for instance, I'm going to show you some clips of some other teachers who work with ICC who helped us put videos together for the Reach Virtual Summer Music Camp. I would not make a video that looks like either one of these other videos. I am me. Mrs. Eaton is Mrs. Eaton. Miss Galando is Miss Galando. We all three love to teach the younger kids. Like first grade, awesome, golden. We love that age. It's so much fun, but we are all very different people, and we would not make a video that looks anything similar to anyone else. So we're going to watch these videos and we're going to talk about what these teachers did that was unique to them, how they took an activity that they would have done in the classroom and adapted it to the screen. Now this could be, you could look at it as, these are all pre-recorded, so the kids are clicking in their Google Classroom, opening up a video just like you are now, and watching it and interacting at home, but the screen is fake interacting with them, right? We're predicting what the kids are doing and interacting and anticipating that even though it's not live. But the same stuff would apply to a live session if it's, a small enough group that you could play with them and do some interacting that way. So you're going to see how all of these teachers are different. Let's take a look at, this is Ashley Eaton, and she teaches some of our early childhood classes for us, and she's going to do a hand clapping game for our first and second graders in camp. And they're at home, and she had to think, is there somebody at home with them? Will they be playing by themselves? How do I do a hand clapping game if they're by themselves? How do I do a hand clapping game and explain to them the traditional way of playing with someone else? So let's watch this video and then we'll talk about it.
I have a really fun hand clapping game to teach you today called Miss Mary Mac. The first thing we need to know how to do is to give a double high five. So take your 2 hands, hold them out just like this, and you're going to have your 2 hands pretend to high five my 2 hands. So we're going to do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. If you have a brother or sister or a friend or a grown-up who's with you, who could play with you, this is a great game to play with a partner, but you don't need a partner to play either. You could always play with the floor, your lap, or the wall. If you want a picture of hands to put up on the wall, you can print this out so that way you can have some hands to play with, but you don't need it to play this game. 2 hands, high fives, and you're going to try and match. When I give 3 high fives, you're going to give 3 high fives. Miss Mary Mac, 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 all dressed in black, 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 with silver buttons, buttons, buttons all down her back, back, back. She asked her mother, 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 for 50 cents, 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 to see the elephants, elephants, elephants jump over the fence, fence, fence. They jump so high, 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 they touch the sky, sky, sky. They won't be back, back, back till the 4th of July, lie, lie. Did you notice sometimes there were words that I sang 3 times? Whenever we sing a word 3 times, we give 3 high fives. If you need to pause this video and rewind so that way you can practice 3 high fives and learn the song a little better, this is a great time to do that. But we're going to keep moving and we're going to make it harder. So here's our tricky pattern. Your hands cross at your shoulders, cross, touch your knees, clap, cross, knees, clap. One more time, cross, knees, clap. I'm going to show you how this tricky pattern fits into our song. Only watch. Miss Mary Mac, 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 all dressed in black, 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 with silver buttons, buttons, buttons all down her back, back, back. So the words that we don't repeat, we put in our tricky pattern. Cross, knees, clap. The words that we do repeat, we do 3 high fives. So if you have a partner, grab your partner, and we're going to do the whole pattern with the whole song. Here we go. Sing with me if you know the song. Miss Mary Mac, 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 all dressed in black, 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 with silver buttons, buttons, buttons all down her back, back, back. She asked her mother, 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 for 50 cents, 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 to see the elephants, elephants, elephants jump over the fence, fence, fence. They jump so high, 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 they touch the sky, sky, sky. They won't be back, back, back till the 4th of July, lie, lie. Great job. Keep practicing. I'm so proud of you.
So I hope you got some ideas of how they could play with the adult. Maybe the adult is stressed out right now and will not play with them. I have to give them options, right? So she made that awesome graphic. She slapped it on the wall. Maybe they have a printer. Maybe they don't have a printer. That couldn't be the only option. You could pat the wall with the handprints, but maybe you can't print it out. So you could also pat me on the screen, which, by the way, is one of my go-to things. They want to interact with you, and if that means touching the screen, I mean, have you ever FaceTimed with a little baby? Yeah, they lick you. They lick the screen. They want to interact with you, and if that piece of glass is as good as it gets, then that's as good as it gets. Just today, I was chatting with a student online, and she was doing a great job, and she wanted that high five, and we did it. And she smiled, and it was what she needed, because we haven't had connection for so long. They will take what they can get. They want your face. They want the real you. They want what connection you can give them. You're showing that you care, right? So Ashley did a great job with that. Let's look at Joanna Galando's video. It's definitely different. Like I said, we are all 3 very different people who can adapt things very differently. So she's going to do a song that a lot of people do, and she's going to do it in her own way. This one's a little longer, but I want you to see she did so many different things. So let's watch that and talk about it.
Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson. I'm so excited to play with you today. When we do some work, we're going to be working with some body percussion. So let's get warmed up with our body percussion. That's my legs. That was my feet. Can you do them all? Ready? Okay, the feet is the really hard part, but I'm glad, I know you can do it. You're gonna be fine. Okay, I wanted to start off today by doing one of my favorite songs. I like this song because it's a game, and I know it's kind of hard to play a game when we're not together, but I'll show you how to play it, and then you can play it with some siblings at home or maybe with someone at home with you. It'll be really fun to play. It's my favorite song. Ready? You're just gonna copy my hands. We're gonna keep the beat. Black snake, where are you hiding? Black snake, where are you hiding? Black snake, where are you hiding? Don't you bite me. Did I get you? Did I scare you? I hope I didn't scare you. Okay, let's do it again. Now you know where the snake bite is gonna be. Let's do it again. Ready? Black snake, where are you hiding? Black snake, where are you hiding? Black snake, where are you hiding? Don't you bite me. Did you bite me? Oh, good. Now, when I play this game with other kids, I give everyone a shaker, and they can use the shaker to keep the beat, but you might not have that at home. So instead, I want you to use some of these because I think you probably have some of these at home, and there are a lot of different colors, and I like that because that way not everyone is going to do the bite. It's kind of like a secret. So if I was sitting and I was playing, I had these two colors. I have blue and red, and if I had the blue crayon, I'd have it in my lap, or maybe I'd have it in my pocket. And when we were playing black snake, we would have other colors too. We could do blue snake or red snake or green snake, but we're gonna be blue snake. So when we sing black snake, I don't get to do the snake bite at the end. I only get to do it if it's a blue snake. So let's try again. It's gonna be black snake this time. So no snake bite. Black snake, where are you hiding? Black snake, where are you hiding? Black snake, where are you hiding? Don't you bite me. It's kind of sad without the snake bite. Let's do blue snake this time. And for blue snake, because that's our color, we get to snap. Blue snake, where are you hiding? Blue snake, where are you hiding? Blue snake, where are you hiding? Don't you bite me. Well, that was much more fun with that. But for this one, I want to use this color. I want to use purple. Can you see it? I don't know, my lighting's kind of weird. This purple snake, because purple snake sounds different than blue snake. It sounds like this. Purple snake, where are you hiding? Purple snake, where are you hiding? Purple snake, where are you hiding? Don't you bite me. Blue snake has one sound and purple snake has two sounds. So when you play, I want you to find some colors that use one sound and two sounds. I'll see you tomorrow.
So that was Joanna's awesome activity. I have to say that is like the winner of the award for Reach Camp this year. Every single singer that I have talked to, you ask them what their favorite song is, they know you mean one of the performance songs, right? And so they're saying, you know, This Little Light of Mine, I See the Moon, Kusi Mama, Blue Skies, Unity, the performance songs. So they tell you their one song, and then you go, okay, did you have like a game that you love to play? And they want to do Black Snake. They loved Black Snake. And do you know what? It's not the song, is it? It's the way she interacted with them. They feel like they know her already, and they may have never met her in their lives in person. But the way she played that game with them was just instant connection. And all she did was interact with the camera. That's what sold them. So you don't have to make this a stressful thing. I think the biggest thing to learn from Joanna's video is to be you, and don't feel like there's this wall, like right here. It's not a wall. It's not there. Pretend it is not there. Just be yourself like you would be in person, because that is where your real magic comes from when you're in the classroom with them. It's who you are. It's not the cute stuffed animal you have that they get to hold. Yes, that's great and they love it, but it's the person who cared enough to buy the cute stuffed animal and let them hold it. That's what they really love. So if you're still being you, then they're still loving you. And that screen is not going to stop that, right? So there's no reason why your favorite activities can't still be your favorite activities. And you can't still reach the same goals. And you can't still sing the same songs. You have to be open enough to do it in a new way. And as you're thinking of that new way, you're going to grow as a teacher yourself. And maybe you'll find that inspiration I was talking about to move forward and have a new outlook on what you're doing, and a new drive and a new purpose, and not have that bored feeling anymore, not have that frustrated feeling anymore, not have that stuck feeling anymore. Wake up excited to do what you do. Excited to teach, like I teach, 12 preschool classes a week over the span of 2 days. And they're pretty much the same lesson, 12 times of pretty much the same lesson. I'm excited to do it. That was not always the case. I think you could all understand that. So you have to find that inner spark that's going to push you to really get why you're doing it and to be super excited to do it. And I'm hoping that this big life event that we're all experiencing together could be what does that for you, could help you find it. So let's see, we talked about Ashley and some things she did. We talked about Joanna, some things that she did. I'd say the biggest thing for me, I'm not going to show you a video because you've seen a couple videos of me teaching. I'm just myself. I talked about that a little bit. I think that just that genuine interaction and being real and being the person that they remember you being in the classroom is super important. And I've been trying to do that this whole time. I'm very real with them no matter what age they are. And this is my real self. So, I mean, I'm a little sarcastic. I make a lot of faces. My colleagues like to point that out to me. But at the same time, like, they know, the kids know I love them no matter what I'm doing. So I try to keep all of that up. And also, I'd say my other distinguishing factor is that they know if they're going to Mrs. Southard, that they're going to accomplish something and it's going to be awesome and they're going to do it. Like, I mean, business, we work and we work hard, but they know that it's going to be great and they are going to accomplish it with me because I won't settle for not accomplishing it. And that's something that kids of all ages are like super on board with, right? If you know you're going in with a purpose and you're going to feel good after you do it, working hard is great when it's got that great reward, right? So that's probably my distinguishing factors and my gifts that I have to share. And so when I'm thinking of how to adapt activities for online, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what they expect from me. They expect me to be real, not to put on a fake voice. They expect my goofy faces. They're just going to be really big in the screen now. They can take screenshots of my face. And they expect to get something done because we're working towards a goal. And they don't want that to stop just because we're on the screen. So in all of my activities, I'm putting those personality characteristics in. Joanna's putting in the surprise and the kookiness, right? And the making everything 10 times the size of reality. That's her style. Um, Ashley's putting in that calm demeanor, the practicality, very clear activity that every single person is going to be successful at because she thought and she covered all the bases, and she's going to be concise, and it's going to work for all of us. Dependability. They know what to expect from her. So everybody puts their own personality in, and that's how these things work online. Don't try to copy someone else's activity if it doesn't suit you. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You're you. If that's not your strength, don't try to do it. If you don't feel like all I do is movement and singing, and I don't ever have them play all these instruments that these other teachers are playing, well, maybe that's not your thing. I'm glad you're not trying to do something that isn't natural to you, because the kids would see that it's not natural to you, and it's not going to be successful for any of you. Now, if you have a true drive to want to learn how to do that and get better, that's different, because you are going to be able to do it because you have that drive and that purpose, and in no time you're going to be natural at it because you want to do it. I'm talking about those things that don't make that spark inside of you. Don't waste your time on it. You can teach the concepts you need to teach without doing those things that don't groove in your personality. Don't try to be someone else, be you. And this whole online learning thing is going to go a lot better. Don't try to fit, what is that saying? The square peg in the round hole, or round peg in the square hole, or whatever it is. Don't try to do that. Be natural, be you. Don't make this more complicated on yourself. The kids will enjoy it and learn from it if you're being the natural teacher that you are. So here's the big ending to the poster, everybody. If you still have your students, count yourself lucky, and you have the passion to continue creating music without seeing barriers in your way, this might just be your moment to shine. Take it. Take the opportunity to change what you're doing. No one's going to cause a fuss about you suddenly being different in your approach to how you're teaching, because this is an unusual time. It's an opportunity for you to make a new you. And I really hope that you can embrace that, and you can look at online learning, socially distanced learning in a new light and with positivity and energy. And I hope that you can be inspired by some of the things that ICC is doing, because we have been really energized by this as far as our teaching. Sure, things have been rough. I mean, keeping our singers and our families safe is stressful, and that weighs on us. But as we push forward through that and we figured out our plan, the thing that was never all that daunting and pressing on us was the teaching and the learning. Did we have to move fast and work extra hard? And was that stressful? And did we get tired? Yes. But it was exciting. We were coming up with new ideas daily and doing things differently and knowing that's okay. Because the end goal is just to be awesome and for the kids to feel loved and for us to achieve something together. And that's what we're doing. So I hope that you can keep this poster, remember this little talk. I think that we should start a discussion in the chat. I know that I'm going to actually give you a little assignment in the chat. Put your song in there, your game, a traditional thing that you've done in the classroom. And if it's something that's very well known, that's even better, because then we can all help. Put that in there, describe it if you need to, and then let's all chime in and just give suggestions, just like Ashley changed the hand clapping game for the screen. Joanna did her whole thing for the screen. Now that is what she does in the classroom, but she just adapted it for the screen. So let's chime into the chat and help each other figure out some new ideas. Put a song in there that you love, because what's the point if you don't love it, right? Pick something that you know you want to keep going with this year, and we will help everybody think of some new ways to do that. So I will talk to you soon in the chat room.